India is all set to test a hypersonic glide vehicle in December this year. Indian media that reported this news said this missile, developed by India's public sector defense research and development organization, has been named Dhwani. Though India has been conducting tests of this missile, it was yet to name the missile. So now it means that the previous tests have been successful, and now it has reached a critical stage. If this test is successful, this is going to change the power equilibrium of South Asia permanently. There is no doubt about that. Now, let's take a closer look into the details. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. As I said earlier, India has been conducting a series of tests of a hypersonic cruise missile as well as a hypersonic glide vehicle. So, this oncoming test is that of a hypersonic glide vehicle. I feel that China had sensed that, and it is because of that China has positioned their spy ship, which they call a research vehicle, in Bay of Bengal, outside India's maritime boundaries, but close to India's maritime boundaries. The test is going to take place in Bay of Bengal from an island known as Abdul Kalam Island. It was earlier called Wheeler Island, that is situated off the coast of Indian state of Odisha. That's on the east coast of India. So India is excited about this test. India had actually conducted, as I said, a couple of tests earlier. You know how a hypersonic missile is launched? Actually a two-stage missile. It rides piggyback on another missile, and that will be a ballistic missile. When it gets separated from the ballistic missile, it glides at hypersonic speeds towards the target. This missile Dhwani is expected to have a speed of around Mach 7. That could be around 8,000 kilometers per hour. And this missile is maneuverable. It is very difficult to intercept such a missile. Actually, even the US or Israeli systems cannot intercept this missile. So practically, it is impossible for any missile system in the world to intercept a hypersonic glide vehicle. Of course, China has tested that. The US is testing that. And Russia has a hypersonic glide vehicle. Now, there are two types of hypersonic missiles. One is, as I now said, is a hypersonic glide vehicle. This is launched from a ballistic missile. Then there is another hypersonic missile, which is a hypersonic cruise missile. And India has mastered technology for that. That is, it uses a scramjet engine. And India has developed a scramjet engine and tested it for more than 1,000 seconds. That's a pretty big achievement. Now, glide vehicle doesn't need a scramjet engine. It is actually launched by another missile and it glides to the destination. So, if India has both these missiles, that is a hypersonic glide vehicle as well as a hypersonic cruise missile, it will go a long way in establishing India's power in the world. In a conflict with Pakistan, Pakistan will have no chance against India. So this is the advantage that India is going to get from this hypersonic vehicle. Even with the current BrahMos supersonic missile, Pakistan didn't have a chance. When India launched BrahMos missile against Pakistan's airfields, almost all of them were success, and major airfields of Pakistan, Jacobabad, then uh, then the one at Rawalpindi, almost 7 airfields were completely destroyed in the Indian attack. So this is that is the situation with a supersonic missile. Just think what will happen if Pakistan tries to intercept a hypersonic missile. So the power equilibrium between India and Pakistan is going to change permanently with this missile. And when it comes to China, a new power equilibrium will be established with China. And this applies to United States also. A missile range of around 10,000 kilometers means this missile can hit a target in United States also. So in that case, there is going to be a new equilibrium with the United States also. So that is the importance of this hypersonic missile. The coming in future wars will be decided by new weapons, new age weapons. Hypersonic missile is a very important new age weapon. Hypersonic missiles, artificial intelligence, robotic armies, space based weapons are all going to call the shots from now on. You have got swarm drones and other drones also. So I think this is going to give India a new momentum. India will be placed in a new, orbit. This is actually an orbital leap for India. So let's see how the experiment turns out. All the previous experiments of hypersonic missiles held by India were total success, and this cannot be different also. Let's see how this missile test fares. I will be back with updates. Till then, goodbye.